Bye, Mom. You're not going to church? Nope, I'm done. I quit.
This is teaching for women. So there's a lot going on in that video, but just wanted to point out a few things. The Bible tells us for women, we're not to be slanderers, gossipers. But what I really want to talk about is Revelations 18. It says to come out of her, my people, come out of the churches. There will be a falling away for 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. The church will go to apostates. They won't endure sound doctrine. You cannot find the truth in the churches. They call on the name Baal, Jesus Christ, the lawless one, the man of perdition that's being revealed today. Yeshua is the Messiah's name. He came in his Father's name and authority. He tells you in John chapter 5 to search the scriptures. In them you'll find your eternal salvation. It was what was testified of him. The church doesn't teach you what was testified of Yeshua in Deuteronomy 18. Yeshua tells you, because you don't have the love of God in you, you're going to accept the one that comes in his own name. Verse 42 and 43, for he comes in his Father's name. The church doesn't have the love of God in them. 1 John chapter 5, this is how we know we love the children of God, when we love God. For this is the love of God, to keep his commandments. And his commandments aren't grievous. The church tells you we can do all things through Jesus Christ, except for to keep the commandments. Jeremiah 23, pastors, woe to the pastors who scatter his flock, who teach you burden of the Lord, that his commandments are burdensome, they're grievous, they're impossible to keep. They've turned the grace of God into lasciviousness. Jude chapter 1 verse 4, the ungodly men that were first before ordained, who crept in unaware, turning the grace of God into lasciviousness, unbridled lust, wantonness, shamelessness. The doctrine that you can come before the Lord shameless in your sin because you have undeserved favor. For the grace of God is G5485, especially a divine influence upon the heart and the reflection in life. Charis, that teaches you in Titus 2 to deny ungodliness, sin, and lusts of this world, the opposite of lasciviousness, so you can live soberly, without pride, and righteously. Yeshua's first and great commandment in Matthew 22, to love God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Quoting verbatim Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 5, to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, and mind is to keep the commandments in your heart, teach them to your children. Verse 25, it will be your righteousness. So we can live righteously. He gives up his divine influence upon our hearts, his conviction, our conscience, so we can live soberly and righteously, keeping his commandments, because we can do all things through Yeshua Messiah. He equipped us to keep those commandments, and that includes entering into a Sabbath, because he's Lord of the Sabbath. He rose on the Sabbath. He healed on the Sabbath. He preached on the Sabbath. Daniel 9. He confirmed the covenant he was prophesied by Moses to give us, to refresh in Deuteronomy 18, verse 15 through 19, and Acts 3, verse 18 through 23, the covenant at Horeb, the 10 Commandments, that he was prophesied to refresh, to love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, and mind, to keep the 10 Commandments. The church has lied to you. Daniel 9, he confirmed the covenants he was prophesied to refresh with many for 1 week. He sees sacrifice midweek. Wednesday, he gave the Pharisees the sign of Jonah, that he be in the earth 3 days and 3 nights. And when the Marys came to the tomb in Matthew 28, when it was yet dark before the dawning of the first day of the week, at the end of Sabbath, the angel rebuked them. He had already risen. He was already gone. You cannot get 3 days and 3 nights from Friday evening to Sunday before the dawning of the first day of the week. That's a day and a half. Wednesday through Saturday, 3 days and 3 nights. And if he wasn't that capital P prophet in Deuteronomy 18, verse 15 through 19, that Moses wrote of, we shouldn't fear him because he would have been a false prophet, because whatever he said in Jehovah's name, if it did not come to pass, we should not fear him. Jehovah said he would rise up a prophet from amongst them of thy brethren unto thee. He would give everything desired at Horeb. The people were to hearken unto him, and he would put his words in that prophet's mouth and give us commandments. And whoever doesn't listen to that prophet and what he commanded, he would require of the people. In Acts 3, whoever did not listen to that capital P prophets, he would destroy from among the people. Matthew 5, he tells you, those that break one of these least commandments and teach others to break one of these least commandments, not entering into his Sabbath. Hebrews 4, for if Yeshua had given them rest, wouldn't he have spoken of another day? He never spoke of another day. He's Lord of the Sabbath. He rose on the Sabbath. And whoever does not enter into it has unbelief, and not to take after those who failed to enter into a Sabbath, who had unbelief. For those who are disobedient have a different spirit in them, not of the Father. Ephesians 2. For we are his workmanship unto good works in Ephesians 2 and Titus 2. Workmanship unto good works, keeping the covenants of promise, eating clean, the Noah covenant, the rainbow still in the sky today. Isaiah 66, end time prophecy. When the Lord comes back with fire, with the whirlwind, the 144,000, to plead with all flesh, that has not occurred yet. Those that have swine's flesh in their vessels, that stand behind a Jeremiah 10 Christmas tree, those that have swine's flesh and abominations and their vessels are going to be destroyed along with the mouse. Your pastors are brutish. They have not sought the Lord. They have created their own righteousness and are ignorant of Jehovah's righteousness. Romans 10. They have a zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Matthew 15. They do commandments of men over commandments of Jehovah. They do unrighteous judgments, like the Pharisees. For Yeshua rebuked them for flattering Jehovah with their mouth, but their heart is far from him, because his first and great commandment is to keep the commandments in your heart and teach them to your children. It will be your righteousness. His second commandment, to love your neighbor as thyself. Neither of them are new commandments. 2 John chapter 1, I beseech you, woman, I didn't write new commandments unto you, but ones from the beginning. To love one another is to rebuke sin, do righteous judgment, do no unrighteousness and judgments, but rebuke instead of stone. Love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. His royal law in James chapter 2, verse 8 and 9. Come out of her, my people. Revelations 18, the whore and all of her harlots, the churches, for they are apostates, and they will not endure sound doctrine. They've turned the grace of God